All right, everyone, back from vacation. Had a fantastic time. A little out of touch with the market, obviously. Looks like you had a bit of a wild day on Friday. Got several emails. I didn't really remember to post or make it very public that I was going on vacation, so I got several emails. Hey, where's your nightly watch list video? One person even literally emailed me the question, "Did you die?" Which I don't know what to do with that, but anyway, getting ready to come back to work on Monday, and here is the list that I've got going on. So you can see the SPY, pretty wild day on Friday. I don't even know, haven't spoken to any of my fellow traders yet. Sunday morning here. I'm just trying to get back in the groove. So I don't even know what sparked this, but certainly a bit more volatility on Friday. So hopefully that bodes well for an interesting week coming up. Okay, so I ran some scans, and here is the list that I'm going to start with on Monday. CCIH, which had a really nice run from $1 to $1.78 in 2 sessions. It's a really nice move, and it's really just chopping around ever since. It's come back down to support on Friday, a few days lower. One thing interesting that I saw on this one, after this big move, and this is a huge percentage move, if you go to 15-minute candles, here's the original day, here's the second day, right? Now you go to 15-minute candles, so after the big 2-day run, the next day it gapped down some, and it never broke its opening 15-minute high, right? The very next day, it never broke its opening, well, I should say 30-minute high. It never broke its opening 30-minute high here, even though it popped the next morning, still never broke its opening 30-minute high. Same thing with Thursday, and same thing with Friday. So this literally, after the 2-day run, you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days now sitting at support without having broken. It's opening 15 or 30-minute high. It's morning high, in other words. So if it can hold support, and then we can get an afternoon breakout in this thing, and that does matter. Time of day does matter. You might get a nice pop. So I always say this doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart, so I will. All right, MOSY, really nice pop from over 50 cents to almost $2 in a couple sessions, and now kind of flagging. There it is on 15s. Looks like it had probably a nice trade in this thing on Friday. Wish I'd have been around, because that's a nice narrow range, and then a rip through the high of day. That's a really nice move. Hope some of you caught that. Anybody in my room knows I would have been all over that. That's exactly what we look for, is big movers, right? A day or two of rest, and you actually had what we call a gap down bounce play setup. So that would have been a really nice trade. Hopefully some people caught that. Anyway, I still want to watch that because it's getting some nice action. So that one we'll go and watch. CRZO. This one, just the volume caught my attention. And let me pan out a little bit here. All right. The volume caught my attention, and Friday's candle engulfed Thursday's. I believe this is an oil and gas play, so we'll keep an eye on that industry, that sector, and see what happens. But this one might get a follow-through day. Kind of reminds me of Rig here, also a big volume day. Not watching Rig, but I just happened to notice there's a few in this industry, that had nice volume and seem to have found some support, so we'll see. But CRZO, we'll go on watch for a follow-through day. NAT, remember we were watching it for a bounce play on this day, and then it had a nice follow-through, and really it's kind of flagged since, and then a nice pop on Friday. So up over this high here is interesting. I want to watch NAT for a continued, it feels like it's bottomed here, so it might be up from here. I believe that's a shipper. APRI had a nice bounce on Thursday, and then kind of a quiet inside day on Friday, coming out of pretty solid support from the past couple weeks before that. So this one might break out. We'll keep our eyes on it. HDS just beaten senseless here from 42 down to under 32 in about 4 or 5 sessions. And you look to the left, it does have some support in this area. So this one goes on bounce watch. JD, super strong stock lately, then gapped up on Thursday and sold off for 2 straight days. Almost to the bottom of the range that it's been in since the gap up. So this one's kind of interesting for a bounce down in this area. We'll keep our eyes on that one. SPI had this huge move here from 50 cents to almost 250. And now this is looks like Friday was the first touch of the 20-day moving average. since the big move, right? So that one, I definitely want to watch out for a bounce on Monday. Let's look at that one, 15-minute candles. You kind of have another scenario where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row now it hasn't broken its opening 15-minute high. So I'd love to see an afternoon breakout in this one, especially after touching the 20-day and having a somewhat recent monster move from 46 cents to 240. Pretty good setup here. Let's keep our eyes on that one. DRWI. This one, I mean, I don't like the red candles. I don't like the gaps up getting sold off. Another gap up sold off. But now you're 2 days lower after the gap up on, this would have been Thursday. Back down to the 20-day. I think this is a fairly low float stock. So this one, you know, if it can hang on and to kind of hang out above $1, it might get a nice turn back up on Monday. I'm going to watch that one too. Not in love with that one. ABIL. Really nice move here, especially Thursday. Went from 80 cents to $1.69, so more than doubled on an intraday basis. And then on Friday, closing at $1.05. Remember, this move started from like 60 cents, so kind of have like somewhere around a 50% retracement. My math might be off there, but I'm watching this one for a potential turn back up on Monday. That's ABIL. Couple more. CO, very strong stock. If you look at it on 15-minute candles, had really nice buying Friday afternoon. Right, that's really good volume and a nice move. There it is on 5-minute candles. So I mean, ended up climbing from like $8 to $8.70 over the course of about the last half hour on Friday. There it is on 60. So you're kind of, after this nice move here, kind of flagging. It looks like buyers are back in charge. So I want to watch that one too. And lastly, VRA. Nice pop here. Came back down, and it looks like it's headed back up. If it can hold above 9 for a little bit on Monday, this one might be ready to come up and retest this 974. And certainly if it gets over that, would kind of indicate that it's bottomed. So that's it. That's the list. We will hopefully find some gappers. Now, I've looked through a bunch of charts, and I see things still, you know, the lower float, low price stocks still aren't following through like we like them to. But we're aware of that, and so we're trading accordingly. You know, I'm still not losing money on these things, but they're not following through. So, you know, I'm in more of a defensive posture right now, and you know, just trying to trade smart. Again, I've had a week off, so I'm pretty excited to get trading again. But I'm going to enter Monday, you know, with recent action and what I've seen after looking through charts this morning. I'm going to enter Friday, you know, with a conservative mindset. And as Wayne, my partner, would say, I'm not going to push on the gas unless and until we see things really start to follow through again. So just keep that in mind and trade smart, and you should be okay. All right. See everybody on Monday.